What's happening, good people? Welcome to Where's His Watch Room. In this one we're going to be talking about one of my favourite affordable watches, the Orient, and just bear with me a second, the RA-AB0408E19A. I'm definitely not going to be calling that throughout this video. I'm just going to call it the Orient Tristar because it is part of the Tristar range of watches. So that's really what we're going to be talking about. A little bit about the history of the Tristar sort of line of watches, and also more information on this one in particular and why it's actually one of my favourite affordable watches. So the Orient Tristar series can actually go back, be traced back to the 70s when the line of watches was first introduced, and I believe these were introduced by Orient to tackle the Seiko 5. Now if you know your Seiko 5s, they are Seiko's entry-level automatic watches with their 5 pillars. You can never remember what they are, but you guys, if you're into watches, you probably know already the 5 key attributes that make a Seiko 5. Well, Orient wanted in on that market too, and that's why they brought out the Tristar as basically a competitor to Seiko 5s. And I think, for the most part, they've done really well. Actually, fun fact, the Tristar logo you can see at the bottom right there, the 3 applied stars, can actually go back even further to the 50s where this first appeared on one of Orient's watches. So there's just a little bit of a fun fact for you. This one is actually still in production, but it was first introduced in 2019. But they're still obviously in production today. I've seen a few samples, 22 production year models for sale. So that's pretty cool that they've not discontinued it, and you can still actually get these affordable watches today. But why do I like this one so much? And I'm gonna be honest, guys, the first thing that really drew me to this watch is just the aesthetic of it. More specifically, that dial. Now this video does not do the dial justice at all. It's so hard to capture what it truly looks like in person. The green is so radiant and vibrant. It is so nice. When I did my state of the collection on my main channel, this was the watch that most people talked about. This one. This is one of my more affordable pieces, but it was the one that sort of garnered the most attention. And I think it's just that dial more than anything is just so striking. The indices are all printed, which is fine. I mean, it is affordable after all. The hands, though, really well done. Do have a little bit of an issue, that day-date complication. It takes too much from the dial. And also the slight colour mismatch between the two, but do you know what, I can look past it. I really can for everything else about it. You'll probably also notice the strap as well. This is not the stock strap. It actually comes on a Seiko 5-esque bracelet. They pull hair and they're terrible quality. I just couldn't cope with it. Surprisingly comfortable if you don't have hairy arms like myself. But if you do, then they're a nightmare. So I put it on this brown leather. This was actually a gift, so I don't know where it's from. I'll see if I can find out where it was from, or something similar. If I can find something similar to it, I'll pop it in the description, because I think it's a very nice combination. If you look at it, it's got that nice fall autumn look. Fall for you guys in the States. Autumn for us in the UK. I definitely think it has that sort of vibe with the green and brown. Obviously when you get to the autumn in the UK, everything is green and brown. There's no sort of in between. But yeah, I just think it's got that really nice look. Beautiful, beautiful little watch there. I love the profile, the case shape, that high polish as well. I think it pops quite nicely. Frames that dial quite well. Usually I don't like high polish on watches at all, as you'll come to find out, but when it's done just on an accent like this, I think it works really well, because it's not too blingy and it's not too much, so I can appreciate that. But it is a nice little watch. It's quite thin, wears really nice on the bracelet and the strap. So we've just got a unsigned crown, so there's nothing really. It is a basic watch, but it's just so well done. I mean, I can't really find much to fault with it. I mean, is it perfect? No. Like I said, the bracelet is terrible. The movement is a little bit noisy. But again, it's affordable. So sometimes, it's got these problems. All watches have got problems. You know, even the most luxurious high-end washers have issues. You know, no washer's perfect. But this, for the price point, I can't really say, you know what, don't buy it, it's terrible, because it isn't. It's a great little watch for the price. So movement-wise, we're looking at the in-house F4902, which I believe is Orient's attempt to tackle the 7S2636 from Seiko. So it's kind of similar in specification. There's no hacking, which is like the 7S. And it's pretty similar in terms of, you know, your specifications and all that good stuff. I'll see if I can find some more information, and I'll pop it sort of on screen just there, so you can sort of see what sort of specifications it has. But yeah, it's a good movement. It feels all right, but it's just noisy. But I think, again, I can look past it just because as a package, it's a really good little watch. Price wise, I think you can still actually get these for around $125. I don't know where you can buy them from though. I've seen them on Amazon for 128 quid. But I think there's probably places you can find it cheaper. So if I can find it really cheap and get you a good deal, I'll wang it in the description for you, so you can, you know, take a gander and see if you're actually, you know, want to take a look at one. Because again, such a nice little watch, and it's surprisingly versatile too. I mean, it doesn't just look good on this brown. I've had it on a black leather strap. It looks good on a NATO, but it's not the most versatile, let's just say, compared to a black dial watch. Obviously, green is a little bit harder to colour match to other colours, whereas black just goes with everything. This, a little bit more selective about what you can put on in it and what it goes well with. But yeah, it's a lovely little watch. So the only thing I've not really touched upon is how this came to be in the collection. So this one was actually a gift. So I got this for my last birthday, and I think, you know, everyone that chipped in for it chose really, really well. I think they obviously know my style very well. They know what watches I sort of like. And I think someone had been doing a little bit of investigating behind my back as well, because they'd seen that I didn't have a green watch in my collection. I had an orange, I had a blue, plenty of black, silver, white, but I didn't have a green. So yeah, you know who you are. But yeah, they managed to pick out this, and it just so happens now to be one of my favourite in my collection. So yeah, guys, that is, you know, pretty much your lot for this one. Again, like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth, break down the watch and say, oh, you know, there's plenty of other videos like that. This is just about my personal experience with it, and again, you know, just to share a little bit more information that perhaps might not be out there. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. If you want to see more content on the channel, click the links you can see right now. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit that bell so you don't miss any future content. And of course, feel free to subscribe if you want to stay in touch with the channel. Thanks very much. Have a good one.